Hi everybody and welcome to Path of Peace. Thank you so much for joining me for another video. Today we will take a look on the guidance for the upcoming season for the Lionsgate. Maybe some guidance or inspiration how we can continue navigating these times, or any time that you come into this video it can also be a relevant message. So let's just dive deep into it. I will do a general part, and then I will just pull one card for 3 groups. The timestamps are down below. So I already pulled animal card as a strategy, and then we have the tarot. Then we have a card from Dennis Lynn Oracle, and I will be pulling out some more tarot cards. So I'm just wondering, where should I start? So I will start with the animal card. That's always a good way how to start. So we have butterfly. It is interesting that this message keeps repeating, even for personal readings these days, or final months even. It keeps repeating beautifully. The butterfly is such a beautiful symbol of transformation, of change, of embracing change and embracing different stages of that change. So it is pinpointing that through the peak of the summer or winter, if you are on the other side of the globe, we are somehow once and again in this process of deep changes, deep transformation as we go through the Lion's Gate. And maybe we are being asked to recognize, where is it that I am right now? Where is it that I am right now? Am I in the stage of a cocoon? Am I in a stage of a caterpillar? Am I in a stage of the butterfly? What is transforming in my life? And just acknowledging it. Maybe you need to acknowledge that you are not a caterpillar anymore. Yeah, that you are ready to go into the cocoon and turn into a butterfly. Or maybe you are just in that butterfly stage, in that there are many beautiful opportunities in your life and you can express yourself and shine your light and be a vessel for a change. So butterfly, going through a transformation and recognizing what stage am I in. Then we have the card of great adventure. Take a risk, venture forward. And there is this beautiful person standing in the boat, guiding the boat. Yeah. So it almost feels like all these changes all around the world, no matter how challenging they might be, it almost feels like we are globally on this great adventure of recognizing and dreaming at the same time, and bringing practically in everyday life, bringing these new possibilities for humanity, bringing these new possibilities for our lives as well, directing our lives into these new possibilities. It almost feels like recognizing that this is an adventure, and this adventure may have many ups and many downs, as our lives have many times ups and downs, but that eventually we have capacity as humanity to heal so many things and to really start creating different possibilities. But sometimes we need to take risk. Sometimes we need to move forward with something. So it's like recognizing that change is inevitable and aligning your life with the change that is unfolding for you, and maybe taking risk on some levels. Let's just take a look further into the story. So we have Queen of Cups. Oh, I want this one. The World card. So there, okay, and this one. And Six of Swords. Beautiful. So let me adjust a little bit once and again. So with the Queen of Cups, it is a powerful symbol of healing. Queen of Cups is nourishment, it is love, it is compassion, it is deep listening, and it is also our soul. So there are several themes going on. Like, listen to your soul very deeply in this time. Listen to your soul, because it almost feels like there is something ready to transform. There is something ready to be embraced. Something may be new, a new direction, a new possibility, a new adventure. It is also inviting us to see, how do I nourish myself? What is nourishing for my soul? What is nourishing for my body? It is like that healthy self-care. Yeah, healthy self-care. Queen of Cups is also like very loving, kind, and intuitive. So it is really like that wise soul, inner, our higher self, that is maybe nudging us in a specific direction, or how better take care of ourselves. So there's like this beautiful invitation. What is interesting is that we also have the World card. World card is like finding what suits us. It is like seeing that true self, seeing that true light, seeing our true potential, recognizing of what is my origin, who I really am. And there is also some kind of completion with that. So it almost feels like this is a period of completion, a period in that maybe you can transform something in your life that has to do with some new possibilities. Maybe there is something that your soul is calling you to complete and to recognize in your life. Because it almost feels like coming out into the world. For some of you, it can even be like moving to a different place, you know, with the card of great adventure. It feels like moving overseas or moving somewhere else. What is interesting is that with the World card and tapping in that authentic self that wants to come out and shine, we also usually need to have a very strong boundary. If you are sensitive, if you are authentic, if you are speaking up your truth, you usually also need to have like a very strong boundary, which is beautiful, like this green circle around her. Yeah, so for some of you, it is also about I can be myself, I can be authentic, I can share my vulnerability, I can share my soul, my visions with this world. I can take a risk maybe and venture into some new adventures in life. But at the same time, I really need to take good care of myself, which is the Queen of Cups. I really need to listen to that deep intuitive voice. And sometimes I even need to have like a very strong boundaries, which is saying no to something. Yeah. Saying no to something or someone means saying yes to ourselves. I heard it somewhere. And it's fun, you know, it's like on so many levels it is true that when you say no to something, you have capacity and energy to choose something that resonates maybe more with you. What is interesting is that we also have 6 of Swords, which is another card of transition. Six of Swords is like completion and leaving something behind. It is also connected with a different stage of life, like moving to a different stage of life, because it almost feels like it is like, sometimes I call this card small death, that something ended and you are moving forward to the other side of the process. So it almost feels like with connection with the butterfly, there is really something that is ending naturally, and maybe many of us just need to move forward and really follow that calling, follow that intuition. Move to the other side of it. Okay, so this is like the general vibe for the upcoming season, or anytime you came into this video. It's about completion. It's maybe about taking a new form and a new direction. And there is some kind of profound alignment with self-nourishment, with higher self, with this deep intuition. So I will pick out some cards for 3 groups. So you can go ahead and choose. You can choose based on your intuition, if it's number 1, 2, or 3. And I will just go ahead with group number 1. So for group number 1, a more specific guidance. Okay. Beautiful. There is two of Cups. Oh, 2 of Cups has so many, as basically every card in the tarot, has so many layers of interpretation. At the very basic level of human experience, it is about relationships. A relationship with your loved one, relationship with your partner. It can also be like a very good friendship when there is a lot of resonance. It can also be any type of relationship, because life is about relationships. It is a relationship to nature. It is a relationship to your prayer. It is a relationship to your environment. But at the very bottom line is usually like relationships, partnerships, friendships, something that is like very loving and sacred. It's like a sacred union. So it almost feels that on some level in this group, you might be invited to start connecting with more sacred relationships, which ultimately starts with a more sacred relationship with yourself. Yeah, remember the card from the general spread. There was a Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is about soul, about self-nourishment, which means that some of you are invited in these times to really start connecting in a more sacred relationships, in more sacred partnerships with yourself, with life, with friends, with your partner. On a very deep spiritual level, it is about twin flame, which is usually misinterpreted very much. Twin flame is like connection of the opposite powers, of the masculine and the feminine. It's like this beautiful balance of yin and yang. It is like this perfect balance of yin and yang, when yin and yang are communicating so well that they are easily flowing from one to another. Yeah. So for some of you, it is about finding a much deeper balance between your yin and yang energies in your own life and in your own body, ultimately, which can lead to a greater health and also like greater transformation, which is the butterfly. Beautiful. It can also, for some of you, it can also be an invitation to heal a lot your relationships. When we take a look on the general spread and we can see the completion here, transformation, new direction, self-nourishment, it almost feels like for some of you it's like this very deep healing of your relationships and how you relate to life. So you can make some revision in this theme. Okay, so I will move to pile number 2 and a little bit more specific message for pile 2. We have 9 of Wands. 9 of Wands is interesting because 9 of Wands is usually like this very contracted energy. It is like how to say, like whenever you want to move into specific direction, it almost feels like there is a block in the path. There is this limit. It almost feels like there is constantly a limit that you may feel like you can't cross. And that limit is usually connected with past experience. Maybe there is something that wounded you in the past already, and it almost feels like constantly carrying the past into your present moment, recreating it in the present moment, and then it comes again to the future. So it is like a card of limit or obstacle that is connected with some kind of past wounds. And it almost feels like it's something that is hard to break through. Like it's like a vicious cycle. It can feel like a vicious cycle that is taking a lot of energy away. And what is interesting is that when I connect it with the spread, with the general spread, and when I connect it with the other cards that we have here, it almost feels like suddenly you may be coming to a place in that you can make that breakthrough. Maybe you suddenly recognize that there is something that you can leave behind, which is 6 of Swords, that you can make your transition, and that you can complete and come out of that vicious cycle, which is the world. But most probably it will need deep insight, some kind of like deep listening, maybe much deeper connection with your soul, because our soul or higher self usually knows how to heal these things. And for some of you, it can even be something like a therapy or someone who can listen deeply to you, someone who can help you to recognize these limits and help you to start healing them. Yeah, it is also a possibility for some of you, because Queen of Cups is also like this, a very, it can be a therapist or, psychologist, or it can be someone with capacity of deep listening, or someone artistic that can help you to recognize these past wounds through some kind of art therapy or something like that. Yeah, so for some of you, it can also be an invitation to start that healing journey, and for some of you, you don't have to do it alone. You can ask for professional help. But ultimately, it is your soul. It is your soul that is healing you. And it is your capacity to even if you receive help, ultimately it is your soul and your capacity to free yourself from that. But somehow it is being available, which is interesting. It is being available. It almost feels like there is this window of time, or like the door opening, in that it is becoming more and more available to heal the past wounds. So it's the invitation for the second group, for the pile number 2. I'm sorry. Sometimes I have troubles to express myself properly. So for some of you, it is like healing the past wounds, that you can finally start tapping into maybe much deeper layers of that healing and move forward with your life. Okay, so thank you for joining me. And the final card for group number 3. What is the guidance For group number 3, okay, you have Seven of Swords. Seven of Swords is something like thief in the house. I usually call this card a thief in the house, which means that there is a leakage. There is something that does not belong there and it's not serving. It can be a person that is constantly lying to you and taking your energy away. It can be somebody who is misusing you, yeah. They are just always taking, and they are doing it in quite a tricky, mischievous, how to say, like they are smart about it because they always keep you hooked, yeah. They take a lot away, but they give you a little tiny bit so that you stay hooked. Yeah, so it's like, I don't know the word in English, but I guess that you will understand what I mean with this. It can be a person that is treating you that way, and you need a stronger boundary, which is interesting because I was talking about boundaries in the general reading. Stronger boundary. Sometimes it is a bad habit, yeah, that you are basically sabotaging your own energy. Let's say that instead of going to bed and having a good sleep, you are watching TV till 1 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, it's like a thief in the house, stealing away your healthy sleep, stealing away your vitality. Or let's say that you, I don't know, that you eat healthy food, but then you continue smoking cigarettes. It almost feels like constantly sabotaging yourself, constantly, like, the energy is leaking. So it doesn't have to be necessarily just something or someone taking the energy away and keeping us hooked in unhealthy cycles or in unhealthy relationships. It can also be your own self-sabotage, that you are the thief in your own house. So this is like a beautiful invitation to recognize, what is it for you? Where is my energy leaking? Is there someone toxic around me or something toxic around me? Or am I toxic to myself? And it almost feels like, again, when I connect it with the general reading that we have here, it almost feels like with the butterfly, again, there is capacity to transform it. There is capacity to make new choices with the card of adventures. There is capacity to somehow make your boundaries stronger. I feel like with this group it may be a lot about boundaries, building up healthy boundaries so that you can protect yourself, so that you can protect your energy, so that you can protect that what is important for you. And it almost feels like with the Queen of Cups, which is like very intuitive, it almost feels like you already know what this is, or it may be easy to reveal that leakage and take precautions. And there is like, with the Six of Swords, it is like really leaving it behind, leaving that behind. And it almost feels like there is like a specific message or image that I'm seeing, and it is like, go to the other shore, but do not take the thief with you. Which is funny. Sometimes we think that we made it to the other side, and then we recognize that the thief is still sitting in our bag or luggage. So this is like, basically, I don't know what it specifically means for you and where you can track it in your everyday life, but the message is like, yes, complete it, go to the other side, metaphorically said, but do not take the thief with you. Yeah, because he will be on the other side as well. So it's like really dropping it, cutting it off, that what is taking energy away. Okay, so that is for pile number 3. Thank you so much for joining me, everybody. You can indeed let me know in the comments what is it that you can take from this. I usually tell people, and even in the personal readings, I tell to people, Look, this is just a healing story. It doesn't have to resonate exactly. It is about you tuning into those symbols and recognizing what is your story and how you can shape that story. And that's basically the power in it. And I am here just to hold space for that. So thank you so much. You can let me know in the comments if you possibly subscribe or give thumbs up, then thank you so much. And let's just meet in another video, and maybe next time we will do a practice again at the beginning, as there will be a little bit more time. Thank you, and bye bye for now.